got a microphone.
Yeah, do it now.
Okay. I'm going to put my wine down
Use
for
the
now.
tulip.
So first off, I want to thank Tom and Sandy for giving me 25 to 30 minutes for a speech. So awesome. I promise it won't be more than 40.
Which is longer than any visit you'll get with her.
Anyway, my role here is to talk about my sister, but I would be remiss if I didn't start by talking about two people, I'm going to cry, who are not here, who should be here. And one of them is our dad, Jim, and the other is Tom's mom, Elizabeth. And I have to believe that Elizabeth and Jim would have been so tickled to be here, because the one thing I would say about all of our parents, all four of our parents, is they loved us unconditionally and they continue to love us unconditionally. And so I would really love it if we just took a moment to raise a toast to Elizabeth and to Dad, to Jim.
Cheers.
Now there may be other people who aren't here because they weren't invited, but you guys are being asked, so it's all good. So my sister, I wanted to talk about 3 key characteristics about my sister. And you all know her, you know there's about 20 wonderful characteristics. But I wanted to talk about her uncomplaining nature, her sunny disposition, and her unselfishness. And the uncomplaining nature, I thought I'd tell you a story from our youth. One of the things about our father that you may or may not know is he was crazy. And he, just like our brother, actually believes in nepotism. He believes in hiring within the family. But, excuse my language, Mom, but his kids normally got the crap jobs. Somehow I didn't, but poor Sandy ended up with the worst of the jobs you could possibly imagine. So her uncomplaining nature was probably tested the most when she was given the job working down in the bowels of Capilano Golf Club in the laundry room with Mr. Singh. And that wouldn't be so bad, except the way you did laundry was you'd stuff the towels and the various things into the laundry, then you'd take a large stick and you would pound things with the large stick. That was my sister's job, while I sat in the pro shop and handed out golf balls. Andrew got to caddy and got free hot dogs, you know? So, but did she ever complain? No, she never complained. Well, maybe a little. But you know, that's Sandy. She bucks up, she gets into it, and she just does what she's supposed to do. And so that's a wonderful characteristic, I think. The other thing I wanted to talk about was how unselfish she is. And this is another childhood story. Our father decided to test us one day by seeing who of us was the most selfish. I'm not here to tell you who was the most selfish. I'm here to tell you who was the most unselfish.
Yes.
Yes. And so the way our father did it, because he was not a stupid man, he was an iconoclast, but he was not a stupid man, was he took 3 glasses and filled them with a variety of levels of Coca-Cola and a variety of levels of ice. And so if you looked at the glass, you would think the one that was the most full would be the one that got you the full Coca-Cola. Now, we're smarter now, we probably don't drink Coca-Cola, but then we did. So, and the smallest glass that had the least Coca-Cola in it had the least ice. So you're probably smart enough to figure out that the one that looked the smallest was actually the one where you're going to win the most.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, Jim. So it was Sandy's turn to pick, and she knew her siblings were going to have to pick as well. And she took the smallest glass. Well, you know, fools on us.
She was smart.
Because she was the smartest and she won the most.
I didn't know it was.
So Sandy has this wonderful gift of being unselfish. And sometimes we want to upbraid her for it and say, you got to be selfish, damn it. And sometimes when you're selfish, good things happen. Like you end up with a Tom, you know? You get 2 wonderful kids. You end up living in a city that may have been a surprise, but it's all for the best.
Girlfriends like us.
And, yeah, that's totally unselfish. You're right, Becky, totally unselfish. So I just want to say her unselfish nature has served her ironically well in life, but it is a key thing. Sunny disposition. I think all of us could sort of say in the room that we've all benefited by her enthusiasm for life and her positive attitude and a way of kind of bringing us all up and not bringing us all down. So for Sandy, that's an awesome thing. So all that brings us to today. Today, she gets to marry the most wonderful man. He's effectively been a part of our family for 35 years.
Yes.
His children are my godchildren, for God's sakes. You know, I mean, this is a man who's meant a lot to our family over the years. He tolerates our mother.
She tolerates him.
Don't worry about me. I'll be back to Kelowna tomorrow.
And so even though it's a speech about Sandy, I want to say, Tom, welcome to our family formally. And Frank, I'm sorry, you get to keep us. But it's a great union, it's a great love. It's been wonderful to watch. It's lovely to see both of you happy. You've got wonderful families, you've got the support of these people around you. It's all brilliant. And Tom? Okay? We're
Ron does not want
going
to
to
see it.
trust you to love her as she deserves to be loved. And I think you're up to the job.
That wasn't in the mouth.
So we want to welcome you. Welcome to the family.
Very warmly.
Very warmly. Very warmly. Okay, that's the Shireen.
Are you a visitor in the city? Don't worry about Mom, Tom. It's not Mom that's got the daggers. You find a horse head in your bed.
I told them a story yesterday about one of my favorite investors, Charlie Munger, who was Warren Buffett's right-hand man. So you know Warren Buffett, may not know Charlie Munger. And Charlie Munger had a wonderful piece of wisdom for couples. And I think this is worth sharing. And maybe you should all take notes if you got pens. And that is, don't try to make somebody else happy. Because that's a really tough job. But what you can control is try not to do things that make someone unhappy. And if you think about it, that's probably an easier task. And so, Tom, I would entreat you, don't you make my sister unhappy.
Whoa.
Sandy, don't you make Tom unhappy. So, I would like to raise a toast to my sister, the most wonderful woman on the planet, who I am so blessed to have, and I know Andrew is blessed to have as a sibling. And I just think, bravo to you both. Bravo.
So in 1970.